Good morning. I'm glad you're here. Glad that we can all make time for yoga this morning. I want to put an asterisk, a warning, whatever. I don't do what I'm doing on this. I'm in a space right now where I can't really be barefoot, and I don't have a yoga mat. So, and I am in shoes. So I'm just going to make really wise choices for myself on balance and non-skid and all the safety things. So we can always do yoga. We can always find a way to adapt, but we always want to be safe. And so ideally I would have my chair on a mat or a non-skid surface. And I'd either be barefoot or in socks that didn't slip. But this is what I have today. So I'm adapting and going with it. So let's start by kind of claiming our space. So close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes or gently look down at the ground in front of you. Just notice your jaw and your shoulders as you breathe. No need to change your breath, just notice it. And as you breathe, just take in the space around you, the feel of the air, maybe sounds in the distance or sounds in the room, the light, the temperature. Just take it all in as your yoga space today. And then turning your focus to your breath and noticing as you watch your breath with your mind and feel your breath, where you feel it. Do you feel it in your shoulders, in your ribs, maybe in your belly, maybe in your jaw? Just breathe in, breathe out, and notice where that breath is right now. And for more of a sensory awareness of our breath, let's place our right hand on the belly, kind of open the fingers so you maybe feel from below your ribs, maybe down below the belly. Left hand sitting kind of on the heart space, open fingers, just to really feel the chest. And again, just take some breaths in and out through the nose. Nice tall spine, really feeling into the torso. Noticing the exhale, not just what feels expanding on the inhale, but what happens with your exhale. Ease in the jaw, notice the shoulders, the toes, the ankles, and breathe. And now particular notice to our right hand and the breath that we can bring down into the belly. So even if it's some work, think about as you inhale, filling up that belly space. So sort of bringing your belly into the right hand as you inhale. And then as you exhale, drawing the belly button in toward the spine. We really want to make full use of our lungs, expanding that air all the way down into the bottoms of the lungs. Helps with circulation, with healing, ease of mind. Couple more. And then as with the next 3 breaths, after your full inhale, hold for just the count of 3, and then exhale, drawing the belly button into the spine. Do that 3 times. If it becomes uncomfortable at all, just release. And after that third exhale, wherever you are, don't rush. Just lower the palms to the lap, palms up, hands to the lap. Just notice the shoulders, the jaw, the feet. Eyes open or closed, whichever you prefer. Very nice. Let's roll the wrists. One way, the other. Extending the arms out front. Inhale, palms facing out. Exhale, palms toward you, fingertips down, just to your range. Arms might be different, one from the other. Inhale up. Exhale down. Very nice. Good. Then with fingers outstretched, let's do palms out, fingertips up. We'll inhale, elbows back to your range. Again, kind of think about opening up that heart space as we reach the elbows back. Exhale, push the air away. Find that space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, nice and slow. Draw the elbows back. Feel the shoulders open. Heart forward. Exhale, push, maybe a little curve to the back. Find the space between the shoulder blades. Once more. And this you can do seated most anywhere. You could even do it lying down, standing up. Good. On our next inhale, let's hold those elbows back. We'll hold the posture, not the breath. Notice the shoulders, the jaw. You can find a little work in the front of the chest. Sort of breathing into that space you're finding. Feel that heart space open, maybe the shoulder blades drawing toward one another, a little bit of work in the front and the back. Maybe the elbows come in if that feels good, or reach back, breathe. Good, nice big inhale. Let's push that air forward, exhale. Keeping that reach, breathe. Maybe you want to lower the chin just a tad. And breathe into the space you're finding in the back of the shoulders, maybe in the arms as you reach. Breathe, notice the jaw, the toes. Good, very nice. Let's, with our inhale, raise the arms up slowly overhead. Mindful of your range here, opening the shoulders. And exhale, sweep them down nice and slow. Maybe bring the hands behind a bit. Good, let's swing them forward gently on the inhale to your range. Maybe it's behind the head, maybe not. Maybe one is, one isn't. Exhale, sweep them down. We want to keep our movement with the breath so that we notice the muscles, what they're doing, not to strain. Good. Next inhale, let's hold the arms up. Just find a space, a range that feels good for you. Kind of that edge of ease and work. Just find that space and breathe. Noticing one side from the other. Good. Inhale. And exhale, sweep it down and back. Again, find your space here. Maybe the arms come way back, maybe they don't, maybe one does. Breathe. Reaching away from the shoulders. Good, nice inhale. And exhale, hands to the knees. Just rest, notice. Very nice. Scooching forward just a bit, we're gonna open the knees and find our base here with the feet under the knees. If you can't see your big toes, let's bring your knees in a bit. We don't want the knees collapsing down. We want to have a nice sturdy balance with our knees over our feet. Very nice. Let's start with just straight ups. We're going to inhale. I'm doing my left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, nice and slow down. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Good. Now let's inhale, open. Exhale, little twist. Exhale, kind of facing the right knee. Inhale, open up, and we're going to let our pelvis move. We're not going to pin down to the chair. So I'm letting my right side come up a bit as I come across to the left for the inhale. Exhale across the body, and I let that left side lift or turn. We don't want to lock our pelvis down when we're twisting. Inhale. Exhale. So a little balance, actually, even though we're seated, just for our inner ear, you can either choose to follow your thumb or you can keep your head forward. Nice and slow. If you're following your thumb, you might not sweep it so wide. That's fine. Or you can play with it. You can follow it part way and then stop. Once more. And exhale. Good. Other side. So we'll inhale, open. Oops, whoops, 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 whoops. Let's go up for a minute. Sorry. Exhale. Just kind of open up the shoulder. Mindful of what this arm can do versus the other side. Might be different. Good. And now let's inhale. So our thumb is up. Exhale. We can kind of choose how much to turn the head. Letting that pelvis lift as we open to one side to the other. Or you can keep your head straight and just sweep the arm. Good. Two more. Last one. Very nice. Come to center. Let's open and close the jaw a bit. That concentration of vision. Sometimes we just kind of take that stress into our neck. Open and close the jaw. Nice and wide. Very nice. Let's bring the right wrist to the right knee or right forearm to the right knee. Just inhale and reach over, or you can sweep into the front, depending whatever your shoulder wants. And exhale, draw the spine up by using the whole body to reach toward the sky. Draw that elbow down. Inhale over. Mindful of the whole spine, belly to spine, reach the top of the head for the sky. So be mindful of our low backs by using our whole torso to lift us. If your back is bothering you at all, you can also use your hand to push up. No strain, no pain. When yoga doesn't hurt, we find a space where it feels nice. Once more with movement. Good, and let's reach over. Find your place here and hold. Breathe. Wiggle the toes. Really reaching with the hands, whether you're reaching straight up or slightly over or a little bit in front of you. Trying to keep the shoulders up, though, over the pelvis and not falling down. Think about that space between the ribs. Ease in the face and breathe. Knees are open over the feet. Good. Big inhale. And exhale, draw that elbow down, belly to spine, lift the shoulders, the head. Very nice. Wiggle there. Good. Other side, forearm or wrist to the knee or hand, whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, reach over. This side might be different. Exhale, come back up using the torso, belly to spine. We're going to engage that whole torso as we lift up, or use the hand if you prefer. Very nice. Once more with movement. Good. And then find a place where you can stay for a few breaths. That might be the arm up, the arm across the chest, maybe holding on to, kind of holding onto your head. Whatever feels like a space that feels therapeutic, that feels nice, that doesn't feel like strain. And send that breath into the spaces. Good, big inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Use that torso in toward the spine to come back up. Very nice. Just open the hips a bit. I'm going to drop the right knee down and then drop the left knee down. So sort of windshield wiper in the knees toward one another. Alternating. And breathe. Good. Next time you drop the right knee down, let's hold. You can come forward a bit if you'd like. Let the right knee really fall. Nice tall spine. Just kind of breathe into the weight of that right leg. Very nice. Belly to spine. Let's draw the knee back up and drop the left. Just notice it might be different. Mindful of the knees. If this bothers your knees or ankles at all, don't do it, or you can adapt. You can stay on your toe instead of my foot was kind of collapsing to the side. Breathe. Good. Belly to spine. Let's lift the knee back up and bring the knees together. Come up on the balls of the toes. Nice front of the ankle stretch, sort of waking the feet up before we call on them for balance. Good. Let's hold the heels up, really stretch the front of that foot out, or the front really kind of stretching into the front of that ankle. Breathe. Ease in the jaw, ease in the shoulders. Good. Drop the heels down, bring them out just a bit, and then lift the toes. So make the fronts of the feet work a little after we stretched them. Breathe. Really bringing those toes up toward the knees. Great strength and stretch, both the flex and the point for stairs, just stability in general. Very nice. Okay, we're going to come up out of our chair off to the side. As is possible, we like to have space under our chair when we're getting up, so you can slide the knees if you can slide the feet under the knees. Pivoting just at the hip, we want to stay nice and steady, all four corners of the feet on the floor. As you come forward with your hips, with your chest over your knees, you'll feel the weight distributed in your feet. We want to feel it everywhere in the heels and the balls of the feet. Inhale. And as you exhale, use the feet, all four corners of the feet, to push the torso to lift toward the sky. Good. Inhale down. Exhale, push and lift. So finding that pivot space in the knees and the hips to keep the weight in all four corners of the feet. Really important for our balance. Getting in and out of chairs, walking upstairs especially. Good. Let's sit in chair for a moment. You can keep your hands at your heart. You can sweep them up and over, whatever you'd like, on your knees. Stretching the top of the head away from the tailbone, nice straight spine. Breathe. Really good strength here in the legs and the torso. 2 more breaths, we can do it. Good. Big inhale. And exhale, sweep the arms down, push the ground away. Very nice. I'm going to keep my chair close by for balance, as we do. Let's stand first in mountain pose. So feet under the knees, under the hips. under the shoulders. You can close your eyes here if you'd like and place your fingertips on your chair for some balance. Just think of that nice, tall, strong spine. Feeling your weight distributed in all four corners of the feet. Ease in the jaw, ease in the shoulders. Let's draw our shoulders up toward the ears, back, nice and gentle, and down the back to rest. Good, one more time, draw the shoulders up, straight back, just awareness of your range, and then down. Good. And now opposite, let's draw the shoulders back, and now up, and bring them forward, and down. And shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Very nice. Now for different balance, we're going to draw the feet together. So the toes are touching, ankles touching, knees, kind of drawing, thinking this straight line. We're going to bring our hands together, palms together. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can also have the chairs kind of sitting at your hip, or you can have a hand down. Or thumbs to the heart space and tucking our elbows in. So we're kind of making ourselves as vertical as possible. And then press everything in towards center, which will make you feel a little tippy side to side, but that's just your brain playing with balance. So we're pressing the palms together, kind of squeezing the elbows in toward the center of the body, squeezing the knees together, the ankles. Tall spine, breathe. Reducing our base and making the brain work here. Breathe. Very nice. Open the eyes if they're closed. We're going to inhale, fingertips toward the sky. And exhale down. Let's do that again, keeping the feet together, palms together, fingertips to sky. Exhale, sweep down. Let's do it one more time. Palms together, thumbs to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it down. Very nice. Now open the feet a bit because we're going to put the arms up again, but we want to have a foundation here, a balanced foundation. And again, you can stand against the wall, you can have the chair in front of you, whatever feels good. So thumbs to the heart. We're going to inhale, reach overhead to your capacity. You want to keep the arms bent, or you want to separate the palms. It's up to you. So breathe. Good. Inhale. Then we're just going to slightly take a dip over, hands to the right, fingertips kind of looking to the right, and our hip a little to the left, past the left ankle. And you can put your arm down. Breathe. Good. We're going to inhale and reach for the sky. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Good. Palms, fingertips together, thumbs to the heart space. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, other side. This side might be different. Just mindful of what your shoulders, back can do. That right hip a little past the right ankle. Breathe. Belly to spine, protecting the low back. Good. Let's inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Very nice. Let's open the feet into goddess pose. So goddess pose, our feet are wider than our shoulders. If that works for you, you can bring it in as much as you'd like. And then we're going to bend the knees. We still want to be able to see the toes. You can always have your chair sort of semi in front of you or all the way in front of you. I'll turn to the side so I can turn it in front of me. So we're down in our kind of squat goddess position here. We can see our big toes. Good, we're gonna inhale here, and as we inhale and exhale, I'm gonna think about the bottom of the pelvis. That bottom of the pelvis, the pelvic floor is kind of open here. Inhale, coming up, you're filling a balloon in your lower torso and your pelvis, and exhale, push the ground away, straighten the legs, and draw everything in and up. Again, inhale, soften. You use your arms sort of like bellows. I was thinking about like bellows. Exhale. Inhale, soften, open, keeping the knees open. Exhale, push the ground away, draw everything in and up. Do this a few times and really put your mind right there at the pelvic floor. Do it 2 more times. This is so good for us. Strengthen the legs, strengthen the torso, pelvic floor. I've lost count. Let's do 1 more. Good. And for some leg strength, core strength, we're going to open up and hold. You can hold your arms out. You can put them at your heart. Breathe. Keeping those knees open. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Straighten the legs. Very nice. Toes to the front. Legs are still open. I have my chair in front of me here. And you might want to adjust as we move. We're going to lower down to straighten the back. So you might want to walk your feet back or push your chair back as you come back. So I'm going to start with my hands on the back of my chair. Inhale, straight back. Back is straight from my tailbone to the top of my head. And then slowly lower down, pivoting at the hip. And you'll keep your head in line with your spine. So not looking up and not tucking. Nice straight spine. Kind of slowly. I've been doing a lot of sitting, so that notice this a lot in my low back, my hips. You can use the chair, it's nice and versatile. If you want to put your hand on the seat of the chair, or hold the legs and slide down it, whatever works for you, but find a space where you can keep your back flat. You can put a bend in your knees. If your legs are straight, you're just getting more of a leg opening, your hip opening a little. I don't really want to use the word stretch because sometimes people look for a stretch more like a pain stretch. We don't want that. We're just finding space. Breathe. That space between work and ease. And sit there and breathe. Ease in the jaw. Ease in the toes. The fascia, the tissue that surrounds all of our muscles and joints, gets really tight. Tightness and stress really lives in that fascia, and it's in long holds like this where we're breathing in what it should be comfortable, or at least not a pain or strain that the fascia can stretch. You might even feel this in the bottoms of your feet. That's where I'm feeling it today, in my back. Breathe. Very nice. So as we think about coming out of this, we're going to stay here. As we think about coming out of this, maybe we bend the knees. We bring big awareness to our torso because we've been stretching the back. You can slide your hands up to the tops of your thighs, or you can put your hands on the back of the chair. Whatever, we're going to draw our belly into our spine. Inhale. And then exhale, straighten the arms, straighten the back, keeping the low back protected. Very nice. So you can keep the chair in front of you. We're going to do a forward fold. You can keep the chair in front of you if that's your stop spot. If you can fold farther, if your shins or even the ground is accessible to you, whatever is your spot. We're going to just do it safely. We're going to inhale, sweep up. And then swan dive, arms go out, nice straight spine. You put a bend in the knees. Bring the chest down toward the hips. Again, you can rest on the chair. Then let the head fall. Different from what we were doing before. We're gonna let the spine curve, whatever your forward fold looks like. Today might be different tomorrow. And just breathe here. Again, bend in the knees. We don't want to strain anything. Ease in the jaw. Very nice. Now we're going to do a half lift. So hands slide up to the top of the knees and straighten the back. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, let the spine go. Inhale, half lift. Maybe the legs straighten, head kind of away from the tailbone. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Big bend to the knees. So the hands are on the, whether they're on the chair, top of the chair, back of the chair. Big bend to the knees. Inhale. And then exhale, push the ground away, reach the head for the top of the sky. And back to Tadasana. Maybe close the eyes, fingertips to the back of the chair or hip up against the chair. Just notice the energy of the body, the connection of the feet with the earth, reaching the top of the head for the sky, ease in the jaw, and just notice the breath. Very nice. Open the eyes if they're closed. Let's take a nice inhale, sweep the arms open, reach the heart out, kind of take in the day. Maybe look up. Exhale for a hug, cross the arms. Tuck the chin. Notice which elbow's on top. Let's inhale, sweep that open. Exhale, opposite elbow on top. Let's do one more each side, nice and gentle. Inhale. Exhale. First elbow on top. Inhale, sweep open. And exhale, second side. Very nice. Inhale, open, down, and then we'll move into our tree pose. Like I said, I have shoes on right now because I need to. So it's gonna be a little hard for me to put my foot on my calf. So I'm going to just cross my feet today and put my ankle on my shin. So you can do this variation. You can put your right toe on the opposite side, on the outside of the left foot, and put the ankle on the shin, or you can do shoe to calf, foot to calf. But ground into that right side. Find your space for your right foot and your place for your hands. Heart space, overhead, whichever you prefer. Find that point of focus and breathe. You feel tippy today. Think about squeezing your hips toward your spine. Mindful of your point of focus. Very tippy. Very nice. Wherever your foot is, let's bring that right knee in. Extend the right leg. Just hover over the earth for a moment. And back to Tadasana. Notice one side and the other. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Let's ground into the right side. Lift the left knee and either left foot to calf or left ankle to right shin, or toes can be on the ground. Find your drishti, point of focus, palms or fingertips together, hands overhead. Breathe, drawing all that energy up from the ground, in toward the spine and out through the top of the head. Very nice. Let's bring the left knee in, extend the left leg, and lower the foot down. Good, Tadasana. Balance is a challenge in shoes because it does some of the balance work for you, and it kind of throws your natural feet off. I can't feel the balls of my feet very well on the ground. It's a challenge. But standing on one leg in a balanced posture of any type, but anything that you do, standing on one leg, one side to the other, while you're making coffee every day, whatever, is one of the most important things you can do for your balance. Let's move back to the chair. My calves are touching the seat. I know it's there. I'm going to put my hands at my heart space. Awareness in all four corners of the feet, and awareness as I bend the knees and pivot the hips where my heart is over my legs, to come down nice and slowly. As you come down slowly, notice those corners of your feet and feel the adjustment you make with your center of gravity. Hover over the chair if you can for a moment, and then sit. Sweep our right arm up. Inhale, and then just drape it on top of the head for a moment, just sitting there for just a moment. And then we're going to gently move the left ear away from the left shoulder. This right hand is not pulling. Just find space from the left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe. If the right hand is causing any strain, either in the shoulder or as weight that you just don't need, please take it down. Breathe. Tall spine here. Ease in the jaw. Nice, and leaving the head just where it is, we're going to move the right fingertips to the right temple, kind of cupping around the ear with our fingers are open. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, and then gently lift the head. You can assist with the fingertips if you'd like. Very nice. Let's look over the left shoulder, over the right shoulder, and back to center. Good. Sweep the left arm up. Exhale, sort of drape it down on the head. This side might be different. Just kind of honor what your neck and your shoulder need. Good. And then gently find that space between the right ear and the right shoulder. This side might be different. Tall spine, breathe. Release the toes, the jaw. Very nice. Bring the fingertips to the right, to the left temple. Breathe. Good. Big inhale. Belly to spine as you exhale. Maybe assist the head back up to center. Let's look over the right shoulder and over the left. Nice. Head back to center. Forehead toward the sky. Exhale, chin toward the heart. Belly to spine as you lift the head back up. Very nice. So let's find a comfy space. That can be right where you are, but coming back and allowing using the back of the chair for a little rest. Maybe it's the floor, a recliner, or couch. This invite you to find something really comfortable for your hands that allows your shoulders to relax. So you don't want to feel like it's work to keep your hands somewhere. I like to place my right hand face up in my left hand with my thumbs touching. It's a kind of a classic meditation hand mudra, we call it, a hand yoga, basically. And that space in between your thumbs can be a place for your thoughts to land when you find yourself distracted. You can just sort of rub the thumbs together, and it's a place for your distractions to sit or dissipate. So let's spread the toes out nice and wide as we settle. Breathe. And then scrunch the toes together, kind of scrunch them in toward the foot and breathe. And then relax the feet. And then just sitting here with your eyes closed, bring the face all in toward the nose. Bringing the whole face in, scrunching the eyes, the lips, all toward the nose. And then open the eyes, the jaw really wide, mouth, look up, big lion face, tongue stick out. Big breath in. Exhale, relax. Just ease. Sit and settle. Notice all the places that have support from below. Maybe the feet, the legs, the back, the shoulders, maybe the head. And inhale in this beautiful cleansing air. And exhale, sinking into the support. Sitting for a couple minutes in silence. Any thoughts that come, just invite them to come back later and find your breath. Very gently returning your awareness to the room, to your space. Easing in some gentle, deeper breaths. Just noticing the body and where it wants to move as you come back into your space. Taking any movements that feel nice. And hands by the side or down by the legs if you're lying down. Either sweep the arms up or out. Little arms overhead, palms together. And exhale, thumbs to the heart space. Inhale, fingertips up or out. Exhale to the heart. Once more, fingertips up or out. Exhale. May each inhale and exhale bring healing and peace to the breath. And may each breath bring peace and ease to our day. Peace, everyone.